Today we're going to be taking out the bench seat, which requires that we remove this bolt and this bolt here on the driver's side, and similarly on the other side. Now I'm removing this bolt, however, it's having a tendency to spin, so I have to hold it with the vice grips while I remove it. I would hold it from the other side, but I can't find the head of it on the other side. After removing the nuts, simply lift the seat out. Once you're done with that, then you can go in and look and see if you find any goodies. You didn't find anything good in here. The tracks come off the bottom of the bench seat as a single unit. There's just a Phillips head screw there and one under there. You just need to maneuver the track in order to be able to access the Phillips head screw. Once they're loosened, the track comes off as a single assembly on each side. The next step is to remove the seat backs from the bench seat. So I'm going to remove the screw there and the screws that hold in that decorative cover. It's held in with just that pin. On the other end, you can see that there's another clip that needs to come out. Removing the front seat belts is fairly easy, just a matter of unbolting them and removing them. Now when removing the bolts for the seat belts, it should be noted that the outside ones are slightly longer than the ones that go on the inside. The outside ones are the retractable. Next we're going to disassemble the rear window assembly. These bolts are slotted and for adjustment. And you should also be noted that these slotted ones have washers. I found that there's 1, 2, and 3 bolts that are slotted and have those washers on them. The regulator is held in by these 4 bolts. It is attached on this track here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the regulator by sliding the window up and removing this track. A screw here, and we have to be careful because once this comes loose, there's nothing holding it up. Here's the other screw. Now we can remove the regulator by removing these 4 bolts and snaking it out. And one more of this should be free. As it turns out, I was only able to get the regulator out through this hole and not the bottom hole. The regulator's out and the window should be free, but you can see there's 50 years of grease holding that in place. There's 2 tracks. There's one here that's connecting here, here, and here. And there's actually 2 rollers and 2 tracks there. And then there's 1 track in the rear. So I'm going to try moving that down and sliding it out the bottom. So there's a stopper here preventing this window from sliding down. Okay. So there's the stopper. Oh, there it is. Now, in order to come out through the top, there's that stopper on the top. I'm going to just try taking this rear track off completely. So we're going to remove this rear track now. But we have to be careful because this will fall. That's the rear track. Now let's try sliding this all the way down. So now there's just one more track to remove. It's connected by these 4 bolts. All the bolts here are these shorty bolts, with the exception of this one, which is a long bolt. Looks like that. And there's one more stopper right here that we need to remove. After you lift the window out, there's just this track remaining. There you go. And here you can see where there's two separate tracks for that window.